really hard to drive with this. I love this product. It keeps my car nice and cool. But I will say that the only defect I've found so far is that it is very hard to drive with this on. I've had over 5 wrecks since I purchased it. After my first fender bender, I decided it was best to roll down the window and stick my head out to see the road. But even that is hard because my eyes and mouth dry out very quickly. Since then, I've purchased some swimming goggles and a snorkel, which has helped out tremendously during long drives. Overall, I would recommend this product, but only for those who are good at driving without being able to see the road. I purchased this after I was confronted by some punks demanding that I hand over my money. I'm a relatively fit guy, but I was no match for them. That is when I realized that I needed to protect myself. The day after I bought this product, I went to the very same Walmart parking lot where I was first mugged. I approached the group of hooligans standing outside the entrance, concealing my secret weapon. I coolly asked, "Remember me?" One of them looked up and said, "Have you come back to buy some more samosas or Thin Mints? My Girl Scout troop needs to raise more money." I replied with, "You're not taking my money this time." "But, sir, they're delicious," she said. I whipped out my knuckle blaster stun gun hand and shouted, "Wrong move, bitch!" The 5 Girl Scouts ran away screaming. As I pounded my chest in victory, I accidentally activated the stun gun and applied 950,000 volts to my right nipple. I woke up 4 hours later to the sound of heavy footsteps. Those Girl Scouts had brought their fathers. But I was ready. I lunged at the largest one with a cry of "Raggle Fraggle!" and hit him in the stomach. He hit the ground harder than a fat kid on a jungle gym. As the others began to circle around me, I changed techniques. Holding both of my hands in tight fists, I raised my arms to my side and initiated the helicopter spin. They all backed off, fearing my impressive RPM. After a while, I started getting dizzy, and one of the fathers decided to try to tackle me. As he ran to me, stood there, dizzy and queasy. Time was going real slow. Then I remembered. I had eaten lunch at Chipotle, and the burrito was fighting its way back up my stomach. I turned toward my enemy and launched a stream of projectile vomit at him, knocking him to the ground. Then I started singing, "Let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the..." I grabbed my knuckle blaster stun gun and shoved it into my mouth, running headfirst into my foes, electrocuting them with my teeth. Eventually they were all unconscious, and I walked home victorious. I wear this mask to sing lullabies to my children. They are terrified of the mask. Whenever they protest about their bedtime or ask for too many sweets, I whip on the mask, and they soon know who is the King Penguin. Will these milkshakes bring all the boys to my yard? I could tell you, but I'd have to charge. I debated for weeks buying these bad boys or getting my wife of 17 years her much-needed heart transplant. Although I miss her very much, me and my ears have never regretted the decision, and on these diamond glass Paragon of Clarity speakers, my wife's old record collection that I inherited sounds, well, to die for. Aw, sweetie, if only you and Jesus could hear this home theater setup now. I was hit by a car. This is true. I was hit by a car, and through the hit itself, the rain, the ambulance ride, and the hours in the hospital, my makeup stayed completely intact the entire time. When I was discharged from the hospital, I had to take off my makeup, and none of it had moved. If the setting spray can survive being hit by a car, then that's all the proof I need, and I'll definitely be buying it again.
All the guys make eyes at a girl whose eyes are lovely with Maybelline. Use Maybelline. Use Maybelline. And you have lovely eyes.
I wanted to purchase a hairless Sphinx cat, but after seeing the price of them, decided on the cheaper option of a standard cat with a Phyllis Lumea. Well, what I can say is it has worked a treat. I am now the proud owner of a hairless cat at a fraction of the price, so one very happy customer. These cards are fantastic! I used to throw them at my kids when they interrupt me playing my Xbox 360. If you angle them just right, you can leave tiny little abrasions on their arms or neck. The best part is they are waterproof, so I don't have to worry about chucking them at their heads if they are mid-sip on a Capri Sun. The container is solid. One time my son made me die on COD Forest, so I launched the entire deck in case at the back of his left knee. Boom, down. Enough said. Let's just say that's the last time he prevents me from leveling up my gold AK-47. Hoyle really outdid themselves with these bad boys. They are sturdy, aerodynamic, and potentially lethal at less than 2 yards. The only recommendation for Hoyle would be to sell an optional holster with a speed release lever. It would be awesome to zing these babies without having to take both hands off the controller. This wine is perfect. Strong oak flavors, of course my favorite, and you get about 4 or 5 glasses for a measly $10. Talk about value. But my favorite part about this bottle of wine is not its smooth, crisp, oaky finish that the wine inside provides. It's the actual bottle. Call me old-fashioned, but I'm the type of guy that likes to come home after a hard day's work, drink a couple of glasses of Chard, and then
slowly work a wine bottle into my rectum.
This specific bottle works particularly well because of its short, skinny neck, which then gives way to its fat, satisfying body. I find this bottle to be one of the most satisfying objects that I have lodged in my rectum on a drunken Tuesday night. What in the actual fuck just happened to my sphincter? I got the 5-pound bag, gummy bear bag, out of the box, and the bear seemed to have gotten too hot and chipping and merged into one mega bear that I had to put out of its misery before it could destroy all of humanity. These gave my friend Georgette bloody stools and a violent rectal prolapse. It opens up a portal to hell in your ass. The sweat was now running into my eyes, but the room had turned ice cold and my hands began to spasm. I felt an insidious burning flooding my escape hatch. I gasped. Hot yellow poison began spraying from my rear, changing in pitch and echo as the stream of diarrhea whipped around the toilet bowl, creating a nightmarish Doppler effect that can only be appreciated in hindsight. Don't eat the whole thing in one sitting. You'll poop forever. Dog nightmare. Broke my dog. I painted my house brown. Gummies! I ate the entire bag unwillingly. My anus has begun to control my body. The liquid feces coats every room in my house in the glorious browns. I vomit into a stockpile of day-old diarrhea. I collapse, my face hitting the squishy gummy feces. It absorbs my soul. I awake to an extreme pain. Long after the gummies have digested, I proceed to birth Satan through my excretory systems. 10 out of 10. Would buy again. It's all ogre now. I feel like something horrible happened to my bear before it got shipped. Basically, this is what I would imagine the outcome to be if Shrek got a hold of the bear, and then proceeded to a vigorous night of 50 Shades of Grey lovemaking. The bear looks traumatized, and for good reason. It came too late. Unfortunately, this book did not have Prime delivery, so by the time I got it, I had already gone blind and could not read it. I did, however, find an alternative use for its pages. They are soft and quite absorbent, already on page 67. I don't recommend this book to anyone hoping to gain disability benefits. This book fails to deliver what it promises. I've masturbated religiously, sometimes up to 10 times a day for the past month since my first read-through, and if anything, my eyesight has improved. There's an extra bounce in my step, a genuine smile on my face, and my handshake has more exuberance and firmness to it than ever before, not effeminate, idle, and weak as it should be. I do not recommend this book to anyone hoping to gain disability benefits. I'm glad Amazon suggested that I buy lotion during checkout. I was wondering why my crotch was red and had a rash. Then I read this book. Now it makes sense. The rash is caused by masturbating too much. Also, I'm glad Amazon suggested that I buy lotion during checkout. Thanks, Amazon. No more rashes. After reading this book and recognizing the damage that's been done caused by my non-stop masturbation habits, both physically and spiritually, I've come to one certain conclusion. Like a cat, I must have 9 lives.
I beat my dick. I beat my dick.